I'm here today with Adil Aliev, who is the president of Vocal Booth To Go. It's great to see you, Adil.
Hi, Dave. Good to see you too.
How old is your company? How long have you been producing the Vocal Booth To Go's now?
Well, actually, it's a brand new company. We only do it for like 2 years, I think, a year and
Wow.
a half maybe.
Well, you've been doing great work. I know that you've presented your Carry On Vocal Booth To Go at a couple of conferences already. You were in Atlanta earlier this year, and that went well.
That went very well, very well. And that was already the second conference in Atlanta. We went over there for the first one, Voice Over City. And that's when we first presented Vocal Booth To Go, Carry On Vocal Booth, and the Vocal Booth on Track and all other products.
Right. What was the where did this idea start? What is your background, and what was your interest in developing such a product?
Well, some time ago, I was the owner of the moving company, and so we had some moving blankets, and then I started to offer that moving blankets online. And I noticed that musicians buying those blankets, and so I asked them, "Well, what it's for?" And they told me that they wanted the blanket that would be thicker than the regular moving blanket, and they gave me the whole bunch of different features that they wanted to have it. And they asked if I could make that, the producers. I said, sure. So we made that. We made it thick, and then they wanted different colors, whatever it is. And finally, they said, that's perfect. Don't change anything. And that's kind of how it started. And I noticed that most of the buyers, they were buying this for the sound treatment and for sound proofing of the studios. And that's when I got interested in that, and I said, listen, do you need something that you would actually have it like a booth? Because I was always asking question what they needed for.
Right.
And they said, we're using that to build a booth. So I said, okay, let me do that too. And basically we tested, acoustically tested our blankets, and they tested 80% sound absorption, which is the best on the market. And based on that, we started developing all these sound booths. And then I also started noticing people were referred to me by Voice Acting Academy in California, which I knew nothing about. And, this is like how it gradually developed.
Right.
So I started to pay more attention to that. And they told me that there's this guy, James Alberger, and he's teaching at Voice Acting Academy, and he recommends that highly. And then I got an invitation from them to go to Voice 2012.
Right.
And by that time, I already developed some soundproof booths and the Carry On, the first implication. And that's when we first presented. So we actually provided the booth for them to do the auditions for all these people. And they did auditions. And what was especially inspiring, that the voice actors who did that, they would come back to me to the showroom and say, your room sounded great. And that was really huge encouragement. That was huge encouragement. And basically, I consider James my,
mentor.
And not really like inspiration, my muse. So
Yes.
And he was extremely constructive, and he is extremely knowledgeable. And every time I ask a question, he gives like 10 pages of explanation of that.
That sounds like James.
So yeah. So that's where it was, and all the voice actors. Very, very friendly, and I love those conferences. Get great input, and actually one of them looked at my first implication of the Carry On and said, well, I need it to be on the microphone stand mountable, because when you stand up,
right,
you get more air, you can gesticulate and all that. So we made it mountable.
Yeah.
So that's how it developed.
I might point out at this point in our interview that Adil is actually working with the Vocal Booth to Go. He's got his laptop tucked away inside it. He's using the mic on the laptop to talk to us, and the sound is great, even through that kind of crappy ambient mic that that laptops have. If you could just slide it just a little bit to the edge, just a little bit to show us that you're inside the booth.
Here you go.
Yeah, see, there's the inside of the booth right there. And so Adil is using this to do this interview today, and it does sound great. It's wonderful.
Yeah, somebody working outside some lawnmower, the neighbors, so I don't know if you can hear it or not.
That can't be helped, of course.
Can you hear it?
I can't hear the lawnmower, no.
So that's great.
There you go. 80% absorption. Yeah, that's...
But the laptop is inside the carry-on.
Right. So there's room for the laptop, a tablet, the microphone, even a light. All that is within the booth if you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can show that here.
Very good. Yes.
See?
Easy to do. Very nice. Very nice. What's next for the Vocal Booth to Go? What do you see as new improvements even in the future?
Well, our goal is now to make the soundproof booths. You see, we are aiming at the product that would be easily mobile, so you can roll it up and put in the car. And this is what I see our unique niche in the market, because you can see a lot of those booths that pretty much they make it out of plywood and some engineering materials, but they're huge. They require a truck delivery. And then, once you assemble, even though they call it mobile, but basically you can push from one end of the room to another. What we're trying to make is that it is on a frame that you can assemble with no tools, easily put it in your car and move it to another. If you have kind of not enough room in the house and you have visitors, you can simply fold that and put it under the bed, and you can use the space. So this is our vision of that, because we want to provide opportunity and actually the good acoustics for people who do it at home.
Right.
So they have to go to the studios, and they just do it at home.
That's great.
And recently we actually were, so that's basically the goal, to develop the products that provide good acoustics, mobile, easy to handle. They can be washable, very durable, and that's what we do.
What are the dimensions of the Vocal Booth to Go? It's a square, basically, isn't it?
Yes, it's 22 by 22 inches inside, and it's 20 inches height.
Okay.
So it is basically the base is a square.
Right.
But it looks like a stage.
Right.
Like this stage, the outdoor stage they have, like a canopy, so to speak. And that's what it is.
Do you ever foresee making an even smaller version of the Vocal Booth to Go, one that might be even more portable?
We actually made one, which we call tracking booth, carry-on tracking booth. And again, it was for the broadcasters.
Okay.
Because they said, we need it smaller. That comes with no amenities. You cannot mount that on the microphone stand. But it is small. It's 17 inches wide, but the same height.
Okay.
I find to make it even smaller, that's probably not going to be beneficial acoustically.
Right.
Because it's too tight of the space.
Right. Well, where might we see the Vocal Booth to Go next at a convention? Will you be at Voice 2014?
Yes, we will be at the Voice 2014, and we also are thinking of sponsoring FAF conference in Arizona.
Well, we hope to see you there, one or the other. I'm sure that I will be there too, and we'll love to shake your hand in person.
Very good. Look forward to it.
Well, Adil, is there anything that we didn't ask that you'd want to make sure and tell us about the Vocal Booth to Go?
Well, I would say I enjoy the support of voiceover community, and we also have now support of the on-stage musicians,
Right.
like the drummers and playing on the stage, because they also use the blankets. The blankets are a staple product, the producer choice blanket, and they use it on stage. And so this is what I would say. Thank you for all the voice coaching. I find very close-knit, very, very inspiring.
Great.
And yeah, we'll looking forward for the feedback. And we want to feel the need. We want to feel whatever the need is. We want to make sure it happens for you.
Great. We've been speaking with Adil Aliev, the president of Vocal Booth To Go. Thank you so much for your time, Adil.
Thank you very much, Dave. Thank you. See you on
Okay.
the Bye-bye.